Welcome back, everybody, to another episode here of Just Dolan. Today we're going to be playing some more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1 Onikakushi Hen. Last time, we had quite the conversation with someone who wasn't Rena Ryugu. Absolutely couldn't have been. And this time we're going to be continuing our night. I'm going to be turning the voices off today because I'm feeling a little bit better today, thankfully. So I think I'll be able to handle it. So we're gonna jump right in. If my throat does start to hurt, maybe I'll change it mid-episode, but I'm gonna at least try because I'm feeling a lot better today, and it's not as fun when I don't do it. So, all right. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner, except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Rena. Definitely. Then, who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that that was someone else, not Rena. So, tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. Though those thoughts continued swirling around my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the stairs. Keiichi, it's a call from the bookstore. Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway. Oh, my apologies for calling so late at night. It's me, Oishi of the Okinomiya bookshop. Oishi-san? Oh, it's Oishi-san. Sorry. Since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. It puts people off when I say I'm a police officer. In his own way, Oishi-san was rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. Brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor. Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you? Yeah. Okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up. Relatable. So how's it been, my bar-san? Did anything strange happen recently? I see. This was the real reason. You really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san? Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okinomiya. If he's from around here, he might know. Oishi-san. Do you know what this Onikakushi thing is about? I believe that's when somebody suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It has the same meaning as spirited away like everyone else says. Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked. This older man just gave me a fucking answer. Made me a bit happy that he answered my question directly without trying to hide anything. Inamizawa was, not sure if I should tell you this, my bar-san. Don't try to play this off. If you're not going to talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything. No. That's not what I meant. It's just, it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Inamizawa was feared as the village where demons reside. Demons? And by demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell? More like human-eating monsters, I'd say. They'd go down to villages, snatching people up and gobbling them, that kind of jazz. Demons snatching people up is what this Onikakushi really means. They said that the curse and being demoned away happened together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row. But I didn't know where people disappearing for those same... But I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years. The curse and being demoned away happened together. First time I heard of that. Is that how it is, Maibara-san? That's what I want to know. I heard Ren and Mia talking. They said that if it was really Oyashiro-sama's curse, then both the curse and demoning away would happen. Oishi-san began hemming and hawing at the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind. Maibara-san, do you know about the first incident? The murder by dismemberment? Yeah. One of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right? Hypothetically. What if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away? Huh. Sorry. Huh?! It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route that he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be. Unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. And what about the incident the next year, when the man who supported the project and his wife both died in an accident? Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in the accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law. At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch of the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away? We cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years passed, by law, she's treated as still alive. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality. How about the 3rd year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide. Maibara-san, that's actually the exact same scenario. The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Hinamizawa. Meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. The diver was able to recover a few of her articles, but they weren't able to find a body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere. I'm not sure I could refer to these cases as being demoned away. It's just as you've said. Every year one person does go missing. The incident this year, the woman with Tomitake-san has gone missing. Then what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing then? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right? Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing. It's still under investigation as to whether the disappearance had anything to do with the crime. But you said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice? No idea. It was most likely only No idea. It was most likely only the one perpetrator. Moreover, we can't even check now. Because while under investigation, that man died in his holding cell. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. It's not known whether it was an accident or suicide. Meaning, for the last 5 years, there's always one person who dies and one who goes missing? That's about right. No, actually, I'm surprised as well. I never realized they had that in common. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of the other incidents. It was just something they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. The first year was the dam employee, second year was the wife of the dam project supporter, third year was the wife of the Shinto priest, fourth year was the victim's family child, and the fifth year was the victim's girlfriend, I guess. Doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them. With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends, those do stand out. It does seem like there are a lot. That means the fourth year's victim's child was different. It would have really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall it correctly. The child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they? Apparently he was quite mature. 1 year older than you. I knew it. I was piecing that together in my head. I was like, wait, that's him, isn't it? His name was Satoshi Hojo-san. Huh? Satoshi? I remembered that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him? Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Then where I sat, what once belonged to the one who was demoned away. That was his seat? I recalled the cold sensation that came from that desk and made my hair stand on end. The string of mysterious deaths. No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. That chilling sensation, it was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse. Huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it. And I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. I don't know. It still seems pretty likely, Keiichi. You should have less faith in humanity. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually, I'd reach the point where I'd learned something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution can only be delayed for 1 year. That was what I remembered. Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse. See, why does it do that? He's thinking. Does Keiichi just habitually talk to himself? Like out loud and people overhear him? That was clearly him thinking. You mean Rena Ryugu-san? She transferred in last year. She's your classmate, ain't she? These incidents really might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she? It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she's had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced, almost as if, you could say, she was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Rena but wasn't Rena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Rena today came back to me. I see. Then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Maibara-san. Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance? That's not what I mean. I just want you to watch out for your friend so she doesn't end up the next victim. At that moment, just as my mouth was agape, because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words. Knock, knock. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver. Keiichi, get the door, please. I don't remember his voice. On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight? Yeah. My apologies again for calling so late. If you find out anything else, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi, hurry and open up. Daddy's got his hands full. What is Dad doing? I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On that tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea. A fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on the side. Everything you could ask for. This was quite the show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for? Come now, don't play around, Keiichi. I'm coming in. Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into him? So, what were you talking about? I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father, but how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective? I'm assuming that's what he was, this late at night. Nothing much. Just a friend. I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan? Question mark? She wasn't here. Come now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea, but it looks like I just missed her. I had no idea what Dad was going on about, but a cold sweat dripped down my back. How long were we talking? Rena-chan went upstairs about half after, so it was close to an hour, I guess. You saw her come up to the second floor? Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall up the stairs. Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. I probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. I get it. I'm not rereading the same thing 8 times. Then, after she came upstairs, where was she? It's only a short hallway. She was listening in on you, Keiichi, come on. Meaning, Rena had... The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said inside. All of the unsettling and unguarded things I spoke to Oyashiro-sama about began rushing through my head. Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again. Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the chair with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of my room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor, around the doorway where Rena might have stood all that time. Just now, as I was talking to Oyashiro-sama, my back turned, she was standing a mere 6 feet away. The whole time. Oh, hey! Oh, hey. All that time, in this dimly lit doorway. What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. Because that's not creepy at all. We got a tip! We got a tip. Hooray. Usoda! Alright, let's go ahead and read the tip while we're at it. July 1st, 1982. Two departments 1 through 12. XX Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General XXX to the Chief Constable and all facility managers. Regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa Village, notice. As cases in Shishibona City, Hinamizawa Village have been reported by certain sections of mass media. It has drawn global attention, which is causing serious repercussions for the local residents. This has become a very serious situation. To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okinomiya Station 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village, housewife murder, dated June XX. And Okinomiya Station 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village, student disappearance, dated June XX. 2. Non-disclosure of information. Okinomiya Station 1979, case number X. Hinamizawa Village, site foreman murder, dated June XX. Shira Station 1980, case number X. Shira Natural Park falling incident, dated June XX. Okinomiya Station 1981, case number X. Hinamizawa Village, Shinto priest's wife disappeared, June XX. Disappearance, dated June XX. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management, XX Prefecture Police Headquarters. International Line, XXXX. Police Affairs Department, XXXX. Okay. That barely told me anything, but alright. Man. That bit with Rena, though, is a little bit creepy, huh? I guess, the next day at school we're gonna have to figure out what that was about. Although I think Keiichi's too big a pussy to bring it up. Keiichi's way too big of a pussy to bring it up. Alright, well, I feel like if we start the next day, we're gonna go on too long again. And it would be for the benefit of my voice and the quality of the next video anyway. Or the next scene, anyway. If I were to stop here. We've had a lot of videos that went on long. This will be the first one that went on short, but that's okay. We're approaching the end of Onikakushi Hen, I think. And I remember at least all the important stuff that happens from here on, and I don't think we have that much longer to go. I mean, again, I've only seen the anime, so there could be a lot, and it wasn't adapted. So I mean, I guess we'll have to see, but I'm gonna go rest my voice again for a little bit, and then I'll come back and record probably tomorrow for me, which won't be tomorrow for you guys, but, you know, whatever. And I think that'll be for the best, so stay hyped. We're going to be going to school tomorrow. We're gonna have to at least communicate with our friends a little bit at some point. So tomorrow's gonna be an intense day, and that's all I'm really gonna say on it. Out of the things I remember, it is quite an intense day. It's maybe a little more than an intense day, but either way, I'll see you then. Have a beautiful rest of your night. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you enjoy this kind of stuff. And have a good night. Peace.